Hello, it's Phillip Taylor from Richmond Green Chambers speaking, and I'm looking at a book this morning from Hart Publishing. It's this book here. It's called Debating Restorative Justice, and it's part of the Debating Law series which has just started, which is edited generally by Professor Peter Kane, who many of you will know. This book anyway is actually two essays, one by Cunneen and the other by Carolyn Hoyle, both on different aspects of how they see current views on restorative justice. The book is a very good book in many ways. It's got a lot of footnotes, and in fact Carolyn Hoyle's essay has a very useful bibliography at the end of her statement. There's also a useful index. Now there's a review of it on Flickr and detailed reviews on the internet websites. This is what my wife Elizabeth and I are saying about the book. We're saying, giving it the title, Initiating New Debates on Law, which is what this series is about. And this is what we say. Professor Peter Kane is leading the way here with a new intellectual path for discussion and debate of some of the most singularly important issues of today, starting with restorative justice and two different views neatly presented by Hart Publishing for the discerning criminologist, and that's really where the audience is. The two authors who I've mentioned, Cunneen and Hoyle, present their arguments well in around 100 pages each. So what's the argument about? Hoyle says that both communities and the state should be more restorative in response to criminal activity. She sees the exclusive use of restorative justice for non-serious matters, which may be attractive to the new Justice Minister, Ken Clarke. She also supports approaches that by integrating restorative and retributive philosophies, that restorative practices could be taken to the deep end of crime, in other words, more serious elements. Hoyle has 7 chapters, and the fourth and fifth ones are the more detailed ones. Now on the other side of the coin, Cunneen gives us 5 chapters with the main emphasis covering 2 headings: creating ideal victims and offenders, and law, state and community. And he looks at it from a very different point of view. He takes the approach that the theoretical cogency of restorative ideals is limited by a lack of the coherent analysis of social and political power. And to hit a very contemporary political stance of the new government, he suggests that after several decades of experimentation, restorative justice has not produced significant change within the criminal justice system. Therefore, the attempt to establish restorative justice as a feasible alternative to the dominant practices of criminal justice has failed. Clearly, you've got a very great difference between two of them. Both have their opinions, and both, I think, will have some merit, because obviously each academic is producing a strong conclusion. Hoyle concludes, for instance, that restorative justice provides opportunities for communication and apology, and by contrast, Cunneen has explored the wider issues of the development, acceptance and contemporary place of restorative justice, giving it a general heading, Searching for Truth. So in conclusion, what we're saying is there are many useful references in the work, and the Debating Law series is a very new addition, a very welcome addition, and in our view an additional invaluable source for the inquisitive criminologist, who will always be on the lookout for some sort of answers, even though it's clear from the finely balanced arguments here of both schools of thought that the debate will continue for a long time to come. But thank you to the authors, and actually thank you to Hart for an excellent new series, which we look forward to seeing new titles shortly. Thank you. Bye bye.